You guys have seen that I've been bringing very influential people, Kenyans especially here in UK. And of course, once again, I'm not alone here. I'm with one Wafa. Wafa, before she introduces herself, I'll tell you this. She is a Kenyan. She is a musician here in UK. She is extremely well known. If this is the first time that you are hearing Wafa, it's your fault.
Get to know.
Welcome, welcome to Sheks
Thank you,
TV.
thank you.
Yeah. But before we go back to where your whole journey started
Yeah.
and every other thing that you're doing, do you mind just telling the viewers of Sheks TV where they can listen to your music?
Oh yeah, so on all streaming platforms, Wafa Arman, so WAFA Arman, ARMAN.
Thank you so much. And also, because before they get bored of my voice, can you just give us a verse of your favorite song that you have composed? The floor is all yours.
Okay, so this one's called Senseless, and this is like my favorite part of the song. And just goes, baby, I'm addicted to you. Baby, that you love me make a dream come true. Saga nagadum dem dele. Na baby, nita fota kama ni wewe mbele.
Oh wow! To be honest, isn't that the best song that you've ever had yet? Diamond Platinums has been
They
trying.
could never.
He's been trying.
He has
to make
24
those.
hours to
I know,
respond.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I have never had anybody sing that good. And the way you're mixing your Swahili and English, that's exactly what Kenyans
Collabo.
especially they want and they're loving right now. When you look at every big artist in Kenya at the moment, they're
Yeah.
trying to mix all Swahili and English and making it to, they're trying to bring in that kind of R&B vibes, and that's
Yes.
exactly what you're trying to do here. I love it. Everybody loves that.
Thank you, thank you.
Let's go back. Where
Mhm.
is Wafa from?
So I was born and raised in Kenya, but I'm originally from Sudan and South Sudan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where in Kenya?
Nairobi, but I was actually born in. Do you know a place called Kapinguria?
Kapinguria. Yes, I've been to Kapinguria.
Seriously?
Yeah.
I need to go as an adult. Yeah, I was born there.
Yeah, I'll tell you how that happened.
Uh-huh.
So I went to Kapenguria because they sell goats in Kapenguria.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I went to buy goats there.
Mhm.
I wanted to come and sell them in Eldoret.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
Is
because
this a lucrative business I should be looking into?
well, it wasn't for me.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't for me.
Yeah.
But let's say I'm here. But anyway,
Yeah.
I know that place.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what happened? Did you like now grew up until a certain point that you moved to the UK in Kapenguria, or did you move?
Oh no, yeah. So we moved. I lived in Nakuru for like the first couple of years
Yeah.
of my life, and then we moved to Nairobi.
Mm.
And then from Nairobi, after my A levels is when I
Yeah.
then moved to the UK.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at what age did you and your family move to the UK?
No, I moved by myself.
Oh, by yourself?
Yeah. So I moved when I was 18.
Mm.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, that must have been so courageous of you moving from Kenya to UK at 18. Because to be honest, when so many people are at the age of 18, they're still under the direct care of their parents. How was it?
I might still
with
be
you?
under the direct care, according to my mom.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
By the age of 18,
Yeah,
you're
definitely.
obviously a very young girl.
Yeah.
What's going on in your mind?
Oh, listen, I didn't even have time to process it. So I guess there was like a blueprint because my sister did it before me. But I was more excited than anything. Like, I'm like, oh, new world, I need to go discover. And I specifically chose like a city where not a lot of my friends from Kenya were going. Because I felt like that would limit my ability to like meet new people and make new connections.
Yeah.
So I chose like a city that was more like there was less Kenyans. Now I want to be more around Kenyans, but then before I was like, I need to meet like loads of new people. So I specifically chose somewhere where I didn't know many people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which city is this?
So I moved to Cardiff.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you've been in Cardiff since that time till now?
No, I've been back and forth in different like cities in the UK.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when you landed in the UK, because at that time your sister was already living.
Yeah.
probably working in UK.
Yeah, she was.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you had some kind of a soft landing, right?
I mean, yes and
Come on.
no, because like yes, in the sense of she was generally in the country,
Yeah.
but then we weren't in the same city, and she didn't have experience of like the city that I was living in. So at
Yeah.
the same time, as much as there was a bit of a blueprint, I also had to like create my own path.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then what exactly are you doing at the age of 18 in the UK?
So 18, I've just started my undergrad
Yeah.
in human and social sciences, which is psychology combined with social science.
Yeah.
And then on the side, I've always made music, so I was doing that as well at the same time.
Is that the University of Cardiff?
Yeah, Cardiff University. Yeah.
Cardiff University.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's speak about music because that's how I got to know you.
Yeah.
Um, what kind of music are you specifically making, and have you been influenced by the Kenyan, should I say, genre? I don't really know if we do have a genre in Kenya.
Yeah.
But we kind of have that kind of Kenyan sound. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what kind of music and what has influenced you?
So I'll say from the influence, like 100%, Kenyan music has influenced like the music I make. And yeah, I love my music to sound like my version of authentically Kenyan. So my music always has like Swahili with English because I'm like, we can't just sing in English. That's boring. Let's add a bit of that, East African spice. Yeah. So I think what I would call the genre I make is like Afro fusion. So there's always like an Afro element to it, and that comes with the language as well. Like I said, there's always Swahili in my music. Yeah, and then some of it might sound like Afro R&B, some of it might sound like Afro beats, but there's always like the Afro element is what's constant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, myself, I'm not really very deep into music. I might not know all the keys and everything.
Yeah.
But the way you sing, you sound that you've been singing for forever. At what age did you start singing?
I find it difficult to answer this question. Like I've been singing for a long time, so at least like 15 years. So I want to say when I was like around 13, give or take.
Wow.
It might be earlier, it might be a bit later, but yeah, I think that's the age I would say.
Yeah, so you've been right now you have been singing for how many years now? And I'm not trying to ask how old you are.
Let's not be doing calculations, please. Yeah. Let's say at least 15. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, you are doing a doctorate in clinical psychology.
Yeah.
I mean, at the age of your age that we have already calculated together, most people usually just have their basic degrees.
Which is also a great achievement.
It is, yes.
Yeah.
How is this happening?
Ooh. Blood, sweat, and tears. That's all I can say.
I know. Yeah.
But so like I said, I did my undergrad in human and social sciences, which is psychology combined with social sciences. And then like towards the end of it, I figured out what I wanted to do, and that's clinical psychology. Yeah. So with clinical psychology here, it's a protected title. So you can't be a fully qualified clinical psychologist without a doctorate. Okay. Yeah, so then I decided that's the path I wanted to take. So in between, I like did a master's in clinical psychology, worked as an assistant psychologist, and then yeah, you can't really progress to become like I said, yeah, you can't be a full-on clinical psychologist without the doctorate. Yeah. So after working as an assistant psychologist, that was like the next step.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
For a lot of people, they do tend to go into their professions, and there is something that usually inspires them.
Right.
What about yourself? Is there anything that inspired you to pursue psychology?
Yeah, definitely. So there's a lot of different things, but like one of them is definitely, like I said, my family's originally from Sudan, and obviously we've been affected by war for so many years. So I've always been interested in how like traumatic events like war affect our mental well-being, because I grew up, like we spoke about the war, but it was more about what's happened to the economy, what's happened to infrastructure, but we rarely spoke about how it affected people mentally. But I saw how it affected people just like in being around people that had been in the war. Yeah, so I took like an interest in that.
Yeah. Speaking about the war, I mean, yourself, you are obviously born and raised in Kenya.
Yeah.
You saw what happened probably in 2007. You did
Kenya.
see that?
Yeah, yeah.
Your parents, if you don't mind me asking, were they directly affected with the war in Sudan? And do they tell you what was happening in Sudan when that happened, if they did?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, directly affected in the sense of we still have um family and that sort of thing. So of course it's always going to be like something that will directly affect them, even though like they maybe might have not been there physically.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot the second question.
Oh, okay. And do they tell you like what was happening in Sudan when they were there?
Oh yeah, definitely. But like, and it sounds like a very difficult time, but I also feel like I don't even know the half of it. So
Yeah.
already even what I know sounds insane
Horrific,
for
yeah.
anyone to experience. But yeah, I don't think I know like all the details. But yeah, we have spoken about some of the things that happened.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I would say I'd say this. I find it quite strange. Yourself, you're pursuing psychology, which is an extremely serious career, should I say?
Yeah.
And at the same time, you're doing music.
Yeah.
You're performing on big stages. How are these two related?
Oh, I feel like they're so related in so many ways, and I feel like we need to start. I love the fact that you can literally do anything. I don't subscribe to the idea of like, I feel like I also grew up in a culture where it was very much like to be a professional, you have to move in a certain way, speak in a certain way, you can't engage in certain things. But I love the idea that you can have different parts of your personality and like live all of those. Yeah, so they do connect in the sense of, and also with psychology, it's very intense. You hear a lot of difficult stories, you work with a lot of difficult situations. So things like music are really important to like, I use it to disengage from that, and that then makes me an even better psychologist.
I'm gonna ask you a question.
Yeah.
If you're not happy to answer, please, it's okay.
I'm not happy.
No,
I'm joking.
because as a psychologist, people tend to share with you a lot of their challenges and problems. I know with artists, sometimes they get influenced by, what they've been through to make music.
Yeah.
Have you ever been influenced or be inspired by someone, or perhaps, I don't know if because you're not a clinical psychologist, your clients or patients, have you ever been inspired by their stories to make music?
Oh, that's such an interesting question, actually. But no, because I mostly sing about love. So yeah, I actually
maybe clients who've been heartbroken.
Oh yeah, but like no, I've never actually written based off of that. And it's interesting now that you mention it, I realize that it's quite compartmentalized in my mind. It's almost like this is what I do when I'm not being a psychologist. So yeah, it's completely like, it feels like a completely different world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. What is your future?
Yeah.
Where
It's bright.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Are you seeing yourself being a bespectacled psychologist in the next 5 years, sitting in a extremely serious therapy office, or are you seeing yourself performing side to side with Beyonce?
Side to side on the stage in the office, we're doing both at the same time. Yeah, so I think I feel quite lucky to be someone who has like passion in multiple things. So I'm quite passionate about psychology, I'm quite passionate about music, and I'd like to continue doing both of them like at the same time, and then eventually maybe merge them in some way. Yeah, but at the moment I'm doing them separately.
Oh,
yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And
Thank you.
extremely so much for coming to Sheks TV. Ladies and gentlemen, that has been Sheks TV. And as I had promised earlier, we are going to bring you the biggest and the most amazing interviews right here. So make sure that you're subscribing, you're sharing, and leave a comment down there. Make sure that you're following Wafa on her platform, social media platforms, which are
So it's at the musical psychologist. So the musical psychologist, yeah, on all platforms.